Hello everyone, this is Kavita Reddy from Shreya Nutrition. Today I am going to discuss about the foods which you can take in case you have the problem of hair fall. Hair fall is a very common problem. Even youngsters and older people, everybody face this problem. And let's talk about the foods. First, let's talk about the problem of hair fall. Why do you have it? Now, all of us have about 1.2 to 1.5 lakh hair on our head or on our scalp. Now, every day we lose about 100 to 150 hair throughout the day. Now, for some people 100 is normal, for some people 150 may be normal. So, that depends on the individual. Now, how much hair we lose depends on our genetics. Genetics we can't do much about. It also sometimes depends on medical conditions. Now, sometimes, let's take for example anemia, where hemoglobin levels are low, or hypothyroidism, where TSH levels are higher. Now, in these or many other problems like this, people lose hair. Now, for these conditions, of course, you need to go to a doctor and get the medication and take it and correct your situation. But suppose it's not genetic, it is not a medical issue, and still you are losing hair. It could be because of malnutrition. There are certain nutrients which you need for your hair growth and for your hair to be strong. So let's look at your diet which you should take in case you have hair fall problem and you don't have any medical condition, and it is only because of food that you are losing hair. Okay, now let's look at the different nutrients which are required for hair growth. The most important nutrient you should take care of is protein. Now, in a hair, 91% of our hair is made out of nothing but protein. So, if our diet doesn't supply enough protein, there is no raw material for hair to form, isn't it? The hair needs protein because 91% of it is nothing but protein. So we have to make sure that we have adequate protein in our daily diet. Now, what are the protein rich foods? First thing is, if you are a non-vegetarian, it's good for you because all non-vegetarian foods are good sources of protein. Eggs, meat, chicken, fish, prawns, any of them you can include in your diet. Now, the other products are milk and milk products. Almost even vegetarians except vegans, everybody else takes milk. So make sure that you have curd, you have a cup of milk, maybe cheese, such products. Try to incorporate into your everyday diet. Now, if you are a vegetarian and you don't take any animal products except for milk and curd, so in every meal, make sure that you add some dal. Dal, like it could be red gram dal, that is tur dal, or it could be moong dal, that is green gram dal, or you can add even whole legumes such as rajma and chole, that is chickpeas and kidney beans. Such whole legumes are also very good sources of protein. And there is a slight problem with vegetarian or plant proteins, that they are not complete proteins like animal foods. So if you want complete proteins, then you have to take animal foods like meat, fish, egg and all, or milk, or you have to mix dals, that is legumes or pulses, with cereals, rice and wheat or any other cereal. So make sure, only then it becomes a complete protein. If you want more information about complete protein, I'll give you the link about explanation of complete protein at the end of this video. Now, soy and soy products are one of the rare plant products which have all the essential amino acids, that is they are complete proteins, and we don't get plant proteins like this. So try to include soy products like soy milk or tofu or soybeans in your diet, so that you get complete proteins. And if you don't want to take animal products, this would be one of the best sources. The next nutrient we'll concentrate on is omega-3 fatty acids. Now these are very important for growth and density of hair. Omega-3 fatty acids you can get from soybeans or soybean oil and other soy products like soy nuts also, and you can also get from fatty fish. Fish has, it's a very good source of omega-3 fatty acids. Now vegetarians, they will not take fish. So the other thing I can suggest is flax seeds. Now you get flax seeds in the market, and what you do is you take a small quantity, let's say 100 grams, grind it and keep the powder, grind it coarsely and keep it in the refrigerator. Now don't bring a kg of flax seeds and then make a powder, it can go rancid. So make in small quantity, small, and keep it in the refrigerator. When you are drinking say buttermilk, or when you are making dough for rotis, or if you are baking bread, or even on top of like soups, you can add this flaxseed powder. And try not to take dry flaxseed powder, flax seeds as a snack or something like that. Just make sure that you get about 1 teaspoon in the form of in the bread or in rotis, in buttermilk. Even if you are making a vegetable dish, put a teaspoon of it in the vegetable dish. So make sure like you do it regularly, so that some amount of omega-3 fatty acids you get even though you are a vegetarian. So this is one of the good simple ways of getting flax seeds and through them omega-3 fatty acids into your diet. The other very important nutrient is vitamin C. Why do we need vitamin C for hair is, first thing, at the beginning of this video I mentioned that if there are conditions like anemia where your hemoglobin levels are low and you need to take more iron so that your hemoglobin levels come back to normal, vitamin C helps absorb iron. So if you are taking some iron rich food, squeeze a little bit of lime juice over it so that iron is absorbed better. So vitamin C helps in absorption of iron, and thereby it alleviates anemia, so hair fall reduces. The other thing is vitamin C is a very rich or strong antioxidant. Now our hair follicles sometimes are damaged because of the free radical buildup. So if you have enough vitamin C in your diet, that vitamin C protects your hair follicle from damage caused by free radicals. So make sure that you have enough vitamin C. Drink a cup of lime juice every day, that would take care of it. And also we have a protein called collagen in our hair. So that is good for strengthening the hair, and also it stops from hair becoming brittle and breaking off. So vitamin C helps in formation of collagen. So that is why vitamin C is very important, and make sure that your diet has vitamin C. And vitamin C is a water soluble vitamin, so it is not going to be stored in your body. So you have to supply through diet every day. Make sure you take lime juice or bell peppers, that is capsicum. Eat at least 2 fruits a day. Eat vegetables which have enough vitamin C. Okay, Okay, the next nutrient let's focus on is vitamin A. Now, vitamin A helps in growth of hair. So, this is very important for other health benefits also. But now let's look at the foods which give you vitamin A. All milk products give you a lot of vitamin A. Anything which is green, any green leafy vegetable or anything which is green in color gives you vitamin A. And also organ meat like liver, kidneys, such meat also is a very good source of vitamin A. So vitamin A is very important for growth of hair. Now let's look at the other nutrients which are necessary for hair growth and to reduce hair fall. These are zinc, selenium, vitamin D, vitamin E and biotin. Now how do you get all these is eat plenty of whole grains, that is not too much of processed maida, that is too much of processed refined flour and all. Try to include whole grains like when you're making bread or rotis, do it with whole wheat flour. And you can also buy bread which is made like multigrain bread or whole wheat bread. Try to include as much whole grains as possible in your diet. And vitamin D and biotin, these two vitamins you can get from eggs. Don't throw away the yolk. Yolk is the one which has vitamin D. And make sure you eat about 4 eggs in a week at least, so that you get plenty of biotin, you get plenty of vitamin D, and also you get protein from egg. Now vitamin E you can get from nuts and oils and all. If you eat a balanced diet, with getting vitamin E is not that big of a problem. Even green leafy vegetables, all of them have vitamin E. And with eggs, a lot of people throw away the yolk. Please do not do that, because that is the one which has all the micronutrients. And also try to go outdoors to get vitamin D from the sun. So that's one of the best sources of vitamin D, and it also improves your immunity. Okay, now I have told you all about the different nutrients you need for hair growth and for hair to be strong and all. Now putting them all together sometimes becomes very difficult. So what I will suggest now is a balanced diet. What should go into a balanced diet, so that you have a sort of idea what you should put into your everyday diet. Now first thing I told you is protein is the raw material for your hair. So make sure that you have, if you are a non-vegetarian, include fish, eggs or meat in your diet at maybe 2 meals. Or if you are a vegetarian, make sure you include soy products, or you include dals in every meal. And if it is dal, then you need to make it complete protein by adding some cereal. So if you are taking dal, eat it with rice or roti, so that it becomes a complete meal. So if you are making idli dosa, there it's an anyway combination of rice and dal, so it's fine. If you are eating just roti, then eat it with a dal. Make sure that dal is there in every meal. And make sure that you have at least 2 fruits in a day. That will give you almost all the vitamin C you require, and also vitamin A and other micronutrients also, but most importantly vitamin C and vitamin A. So 2 fruits minimum in a day. And next is, at every meal, a lot of people, if they make rice or roti, they either make dal or they make vegetable. So that is not very good for your hair. So if you are having rice or roti, that is cereal, you have to have dal and you have to have a vegetable dish also. So vegetables are very important to get all the micronutrients, be it with vitamins or minerals. So at every meal, not only dal, even vegetable is very, very important. And also remember to take enough milk products, and also like milk and curd. And for omega-3 fatty acids, if you eat fish, great. If you take soy products, that's also good. Otherwise, take flaxseed powder like I told you. Take flax seeds, grind it in small quantities, keep it in your fridge, add it to your vegetable preparation or something, but use it in the form of powder and put it in something like buttermilk or juices or soup, or in roti flour or bread flour before you make it a dough, so that some amount of flax seeds will go in and you get omega-3 fatty acids. Because flax seeds have a lot of fiber. If you just eat dry flax seeds, sometimes they absorb so much water and you may have choking issues. So it is better you make powder and add it to something where it absorbs water, and it is very easy to do that. So this is how you are supposed to make up a balanced diet, and this will make sure that if there is no medical issues and you can which is ruled out, and it is only because of not eating properly that hair is falling, this will correct your problem of hair fall. I hope this is useful. Thank you very much for your attention.